having well-defined, nicely shaped eyebrows actually frames our entire face. So eyebrows are really important. Our eyes are the focal point of our face. People, well, they should be looking into our eyes when they talk to us. And that's where we show our emotions. We just show our love for each other, and we just communicate through our eyes. So framing those eyes is more important than sometimes we realize. There's lots of ways that you can really emphasize your eyebrows and shape your eyebrows around your eye shape, but I'm just going to go over one thing today, and that is dyeing our eyebrows. It's a simple 10-minute thing that you can do once a month, and it really makes a huge difference. Let me just introduce myself really quickly. I'm Carolyn. I'm a 61-year-old retired esthetician. Love everything to do with skincare and makeup and healthy living, healthy eating, exercise. I love it all. I love fashion too. And I do all of it in these videos for us older gals, because we kind of are in a very unique point in our life. It's a very interesting and different season of life. And it's nice to sort of have a support system, to know we're all going through the same thing at the same time, and we can just give each other pointers, help each other out. So I would love it if you would subscribe if you have not yet. It is 1000% free, and we would just love to have you aboard. We meet every Wednesday and Saturday. So there are very few things that you need before you get started. I just get this. I get it on Amazon. It's inexpensive. It also comes with a little instructional pamphlet, which is, I always find a little interesting to understand, because they sort of give you a measurement of how much you squeeze in and then how many drops. I wing it. It doesn't make a huge difference if you get it spot on. I have Virgo vibes. I like things to be exactly the way they should be. And I have learned over the years, it doesn't have to be perfect. The other thing that is important, if you are a little messy, as I try not to be, but I can't help myself, it always gets all over things. So I like to wear rubber gloves. I put something down to protect the counter. I love these towelettes. I use them all the time. I use them in my bathrooms. I use them for makeup. I love these. I'll link these for you too, because this is one of my favorite things. And then some Vaseline, because I'm going to put the Vaseline around the places that I don't want the dye to touch. I mean, you can scrub off the dye, but it's just such a sensitive area around my eye. I don't want to be scrubbing too hard, and I don't want to have little brown, dye spots where I don't want them. I use the color Natural Brown. You'll probably need some Q-tips, so I have always Q-tips. So if I look at my eyebrows right now, I think they look pretty darn good because I've had them microbladed. This is a new thing that I tried. I did it 3 months ago, and then I just did the follow-up like 2 weeks ago, and I'm loving my eyebrows so much. But I just feel that they can always be better. And I have a lot of really light, fair little strands all the way around. So if it can just show up a little more and just show that I have more lashes than is really showing, because they're there, but you don't really see them. I also use Neubrow to just help the hair to grow. I find what it really does is it makes those brow lashes grow really long, but I think it makes more grow too. So that's why I have, I think, a lot of really baby ones. They're a very light blonde color. So that might be because of this, that it's new growth that comes in. But I will definitely say, if it is in your budget and you've been considering microblading, it's a game changer. It is wonderful to wake up in the morning. They're just really nicely defined. You just wake up, and if your lashes too, those are the two things. I always say it. I know it's just on repeat. I constantly say the same thing, but it's so true. If you have your eyebrows done and your lashes done, you are good to go. You don't have to put on makeup. I love putting on makeup, but on the days that I don't really have time or don't feel like it or whatever, I like going with a clean face too. And if my brows and lashes are done, it looks pretty darn good. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna get my hair out of my way. just to keep things as neat and tidy as possible. And then we're gonna mix up our dye. So I'm gonna get my gloves on. And before I mix it up, because when you mix it up, you should use it right away, I'm just gonna put my Vaseline on. And also this lamp right here, I really love it when you're doing anything that you need really good eyesight, which I don't have. So I just love, I can zero right in. I have my super magnifying mirror here. So I'm just gonna go in and I am just going to put some Vaseline around my eyebrows. Your brows also have to be like free of oil and dry. So I am gonna go over them just with a little bit of alcohol to make sure that I don't have like some makeup in there, because I do have makeup on. So just kind of get any makeup that might have gotten in there. Also, don't get the Vaseline on some of those little baby blonde hairs that you want to dye, because then they won't dye. Okay, so now we're all set to mix up our little concoction. So they say to put 3/4 of an inch of the cream part into your little glass container. I don't really know how much 3/4 of an inch is, so I just guess. And then just 10 drops of the liquid, 2, 3, 4. And then it does come with this little brush that I mix it up with. But, and I don't know, did I mention the spoolie, that you should have a spoolie? I usually put it on with that. Then I'm gonna go in with my spoolie and just brush it over my eyebrows. And as you go, if you see that you are getting some in areas you don't want it, you can just go and take it off, even though I do have the Vaseline there. And I have a lot of Q-tips on hand when I'm doing it, because I don't want to go in with the same one to sort of spread the mess around. So to keep things as tidy and as confined as possible, I always go in with a new Q-tip. The instructions say to leave it on 5 to 10 minutes. So just put a timer on. If you want it lighter, go to 5. If you want it darker, go to 10, or anywhere in between. I'm gonna do the full 10 because I figure I'm doing it. Let's get my bang for my buck, get myself some really dark lashes, and then they'll last a little longer. So I've got my timer on for 10 minutes and I will be right back. Okay, so I got everything all cleaned up. The spoolie I just threw out. I just don't feel like it's worth saving that and cleaning it out and just getting that dye on anything. So I just get rid of that. They're not expensive to get on Amazon. And I put the timer on for 10 minutes, but I kind of feel like they're so dark right now, because they do get darker as you leave it on. So I'm just gonna take it off now. It's been about 7 minutes and I think I'm good to go. So I'm just gonna take my little Q-tip and just take my time to try not to be too messy and just take as much of it off as possible. Also use as many Q-tips as necessary to keep things neat and tidy. And then you don't want to wash it off right away. And if you don't have microblading, the dye will make the skin darker underneath too, so that also helps to give you some color where you don't have any hair. So if you sort of map out exactly where you want to have lashes and you don't have any lashes growing there, just putting the dye on will dye the skin. So that is just about the quickest and easiest beauty tip I can ever give you. It takes no talent, no skill, and hardly any time. So if you want to just give your face a little boom that is gonna last you a good month, maybe 2 months, this is it. It's really transforming. So let me know if this is something you do on a regular basis. Is this something you're gonna try for the first time? Do you have a better brow tint? Leave it all in the comments. I love you guys to the moon and back, and then around the sun and everywhere. I just love you guys everywhere. Have an amazing, fabulous day. Bye.